Hey everybody, welcome back. So glad you're here for another Dr. Coolcat session. Today, we are going to tackle something that trips a lot of people up on the GED Science test, those experiment questions. I know, they can seem kind of scary, but I promise, by the time we're done here, you're going to feel like a pro. So let me start with a question, and it might sound a little weird at first. Have you ever tweaked a recipe? You're making your favorite chili or baking cookies, and you think, what if I added a little more spice? Or what if I used a different kind of chocolate chip? Well, if you've ever done that, then guess what? You're already a scientist. Seriously, that's the big secret here. The whole scientific method thing isn't some complicated formula just for labs. It's just a common sense way of figuring stuff out, exactly like trying to make the perfect batch of cookies. Okay, so to really crack the code on these GED questions, we've got to learn some of the lingo. And it all starts with two super important words. I'm talking about variables. Basically, every single experiment you'll read about has two main types of variables, the independent variable and the dependent variable. The easiest way to think about this, one is the cause and the other is the effect. So let's dig into what that actually means, starting with the cause. All right, first up is the independent variable. This is the one thing, and only one thing that the scientist is changing on purpose, the thing they're testing. And here's a killer memory trick for you. Independent starts with the letter I, so just think of it as the thing I change. And then you've got the other side of the coin, the dependent variable. This is the result. It's what you're measuring or watching to see what happens. The name gives it away, right? Its outcome depends on whatever change you made with that independent variable. Okay, so you change one thing, you measure a result. But wait a second. How do you know for sure that the thing you changed is what caused the result? Could it have been something else? Well, that's exactly why we need something called a control group. A control group is like your baseline, your anchor. It's the group in the experiment that gets left alone. It does not get the special treatment. It doesn't get the thing you're testing. And you need it because, well, how else would you know if your change made a difference? Without that baseline for comparison, your results are just kind of floating out there with no context. Let's make this super clear with a classic example. Imagine you want to test a new fertilizer on tomato plants. Your control group just gets the basics, pot, soil, water, and sun. But your experimental group gets all of that plus the fertilizer. See? The fertilizer is the one thing that's different. That's our independent variable. So if those plants grow taller, you know it was the fertilizer, because everything else was exactly the same. Okay, you've got the lingo down. Now for the really good part. I'm going to give you a super simple two-step game plan that you can use every single time to nail these questions on the GED. It really is this easy. When you're looking at an experiment, you just need to ask yourself two things. What's the difference and what's the result? Let me show you what I mean. First step, find the difference. Just look at the setup and ask yourself, what is the one thing they're doing differently between the groups? That one thing that's being changed on purpose? Bam, that's your independent variable, every time. And step two, find the result. Ask yourself, okay, what are they measuring at the end? What are they counting or observing? Whatever that final data is, that's your dependent variable. Simple as that. All right, talking about it is one thing, but let's actually do it. The best way to learn this stuff is to see it in action. So let's tackle a real GED-style question right now and use our two-step game plan. Okay, let's read this together. So, a student wants to see if the color of a bird feeder changes how many birds show up. She's got 3 identical feeders, red, blue, and green, same seed, same tree. And for a week, she just counts the birds. Now pay attention to what she kept the same, the seed and the location. Those are what we call constants. So, here's the question. What is the independent variable in this experiment? Look at the options. Think about our find the difference strategy. I'll give you a second. Got an idea? All right, let's break it down. Okay, let's use the game plan. Step 1, find the difference. What's the one thing being changed on purpose here? It's not the number of birds, that's the result. It's not the seed or the location, those are the constants. The only thing being changed is the color of the bird feeder. So the answer has to be C. And just so we're crystal clear, what's the result she's measuring? The number of birds, right? So that's our dependent variable. And the seed and location, constants. See? Independent variable, dependent variable, and constants. It all fits together perfectly. And just like that, you've totally cracked the code. You now know how to beat these questions every single time. Now, to really make sure this sticks, I want you to do something. Jump down to the comments and tell me, in your own words, why the feeder color is the independent variable. Use that find the difference strategy. I want to see those big brains at work. Hey, it was awesome breaking this down with you all today. If this helped you have that aha moment, do us a huge favor and smash that like button and subscribe. That way you won't miss out on any more tips from the Dr. Cool Cat team. Thanks for hanging out, and we'll catch you in the next one.